Hello, hello everybody. My name is Kazu. Nice to meet you. This is part of my 365-day daily challenge, speaking English for 30 minutes straight using those set questions, no script, just spontaneous answers, just like the real exam. Let's get started. Hello, hello, hello everybody. Hello everybody. Oh. How's it going? Huh. Today is the halfway point of this challenge because maybe tomorrow too, but 182. So today is the halfway point of this challenge because today is day 182. So 182 multiple by 2 equal 364, right? Yeah, I made a mistake. Let's correct my English. Times 182 times 2. 182 times 2 equals 364. I'm exactly in the middle. Times 2. 182 times 2 equals 364. So today is the halfway point. Yeah, actually so far this isn't easy. Even just doing speaking English 30 minutes every day was very hard for me. I sometimes skipped, and so not actually every day because I already skipped few days. Well, one thing I can say is I just did it. I've done it so far until the halfway point. So from now on, yeah, I also, I, I will just do this challenge. That's it. Another 183 days. Anyway, just celebrate for today. I'm very happy to be able to accomplish the half of this challenge. Yes. Yeah, well, so the goal is still far away from here because I have to do this again to do this challenge another 183 days. So it would be hard, very hard to continue. But I will just do it because I was able to do it. So maybe the way back, I will be able to do this on the way back. Because, I haven't done anything special, just speaking English, even not perfect. And I don't know this is worth of it or not. Anyway. Today I went to Yoyogi Park for to go for a run. Anyway, yeah. Let's correct my English earlier. Actually, so far, this hasn't been easy. Even just speaking English for 30 minutes every day has been really hard for me. I sometimes skipped. So it wasn't actually every day. I've already missed a few days. I don't understand how to use perfect present things, I sometimes skipped. So it wasn't actually every day. I've already missed a few days. One thing I can say is that I just kept going. One thing I can say is that one thing I can say is that I just kept going. I just kept going. I've done it up to the halfway point. I've done it for up to the halfway point. So from now I'll just keep doing this challenge. That's it. So from now on I'll just another 300, another, I have another 183 days to go. I have another 183 days to go. I have days to go. I have days to go. I'm just going to celebrate today. I'm really happy that I've been able to complete half of this challenge. I completed half of this challenge. I've been able to complete half of this challenge. The goal is still far away because I have to keep doing this for another 183 days. How many times I said the same thing? So it will be hard, really hard to keep going. I'm just going to do it because I've been able to do it so far. I've been able to do that so far. So I'll be able to keep doing this in the second half too. And I will never skip from now. I will never skip. I will never skip. I will never skip this challenge. I will do this every day. So today is the halfway point. Day 182. Because day 182 times 2 equals 164. So 160, a year is 165 days. It is not even. So, it's odd. So you can't divide completely. Anyway, and one thing I can say is that I just kept going. I've kept going. I've kept going. I just kept going. I've done it up to the halfway point. But I have another 183 days to go. I'm just gonna celebrate today, not celebrate for today. Celebrate today. I've been able to complete half of this challenge. I've been able to complete half of this challenge. So I'll be able to keep doing this until the end. In the second half too. In the second half, I'll be able to keep doing this challenge in the second half too. Yes. Let's review. Sometimes it was something was stuck on the bottle. Yeah, yesterday there was something pink. Uh, there was something pink on the bottle. So something pink was stuck on the bottle. So I figured out that was they were cookie crumbs. Let me explain this. Going back to wait. Yeah, just scratch that. So I've been ordering sparkling water regularly. I periodically order sparkling water. So bottles were delivered in a cardboard box. So, I just take some of the bottles into the refrigerator. And one day, I was trying to eat a cookie. It was a strawberry cookie. It was pink. And when I tried to eat that cookie, I dropped it, and it fell into the cardboard box. In which there were lots of bottles of sparkling water. So I just dropped the cookie into the bottle, into the box. I dropped the cookie into the box. Then, when the cookie was falling down, as the cookie was falling into the box, it hit the bottles, and then the cookie broke apart. The cookie broke apart. So the crumbs got scattered, and some of the crumbs were stuck on the bottles. So that's why, I was surprised when I was drinking the bottle. There was something pink on the bottle, and I was surprised. So first I didn't know what it was, but I realized it was the crumbs of the cookie. Oh, I didn't record my speaking, my talking. Headache. I have a headache right now. Ugh. Okay, let's review. There were cookie crumbs. I periodically order sparkling water. I periodically order sparkling water. I order sparkling water regularly. So there are lots of bottles in the cardboard box. Cardboard box is danbor in Japanese. So lots of sparkling water bottles were wait. So sparkling water lots of sparkling water bottles were delivered in a cardboard box. I've been ordering sparkling water regularly. Recently, I dropped a cookie into the box. Yeah, when I was eating a strawberry cookie, I dropped it into the box. And I tried to reach it, but I couldn't because it fell between the bottles. So it is too shallow. How can I say, tight? That's why I couldn't get the cookie. And actually, the cookie hit the bottles and crumbs were scattered. So, but I couldn't reach it. So I just left them there. So maybe some of the crumbs were stuck on some bottles. So maybe I got one of them. That was the yesterday's bottle. Yes, some of the crumbs got stuck on this. I'm gonna talk about the time when yeah, and yesterday's question was describe a time when you taught someone something. I'm gonna talk about I was talking about a time when I taught one of my colleagues how to cook. I was talking about a time when I taught one of my colleagues how to cook. Yeah, when I was in Osaka, after I quit a comedian, I just decided to stay in Osaka, even I already quit a comedian, and there was no purpose to stay there, but I just stay because I already told my family that I would never come back until I became a famous comedian, but I just quit only 1 year. So it is difficult for me to go back to my family. So anyway, I decided to stay in Osaka. No purpose. Yeah, but I had to work to make a living. So I worked at the dining bar. So you had to serve drinks and cook dishes. I had worked there for 2 years. The first year, I was just struggling to learn how to cook and how to serve and how to talk with customers, because it was the bar, and there were lots of customers who wanted to us talk to us talk talk with us. What can I say? Anyway, I wasn't good at talking, because I didn't have any humor. I'm not, I'm not a funny guy. And Osaka people, they are really talkative, and they are very good at uh, talking, you know. So that's why foreigners actually prefer uh, Osaka than Tokyo. We are more popular place than Tokyo. Anyway, so I used to work at the dining bar. And the first year, the I was just struggling to learn everything. But the second year, I got used to it. So I became a person who had to teach some tasks. I had to teach some tasks to colleagues, new, new what, new, what was that? New workers, new staff. Yeah, new staff member. I became the person who taught a new staff how to cook. So that was the moment I taught someone something. Yeah, that was the moment I can remember now. And he was very honest, and he was capable. He learned how to cook very quickly. Yeah, actually, he already, had a sense, maybe a sense of cooking or sense of talking to, and he is very likable person. He has a very likable personality. So it was easy for me to teach him how to cook. Anyway, that was the moment I can remember now. Let's correct my English. Yeah, ChatGPT is freezing. ChatGPT is paused. Yeah, almost 30 minutes. Yeah, I just want to correct my English. Before the end. It's time. You're still, still. Oh, yeah. Lots of sparkling water bottles were delivered. Lots of sparkling water bottles were delivered in a cardboard box because I ordered them. Of course, I've been ordering sparkling water regularly. I've been ordering sparkling water regularly. I've been ordered. I dropped the cookie into the box. While I was eating a strawberry cookie, I dropped it into the box. I tried to reach it, but I couldn't because it had fallen between the bottles. The gap was too narrow. Narrow, yes. I wanted to say narrow. The gap was too narrow so that I couldn't reach the cookie. Because, I didn't put the box I couldn't get the cookie out. Get it out. The cookie hit the bottles and the crumbs scattered everywhere. Everywhere in the box. Yeah. But I couldn't reach it, so I just left the crumbs there. Because the gap was too narrow. Maybe some crumbs stuck to a few on the bottles. Stuck. Maybe I grabbed one of those bottles. That must have been one of yesterday's bottles. That must have been yesterday's bottle. So some crumbs got stuck on a few of the bottles. I'm going to talk about a time when, and yesterday's question was, describe a time when you taught someone something. I'm going to talk about that now. I'm going to talk about the time I was talking about when I taught one of my co-workers how to cook. When I was in Osaka, after I quit trying to be a comedian, I decided to stay there for a while. Even though I had already given up comedy. I didn't really have a reason to stay, but I stayed anyway. I already told my family that I would never come back until I became a famous comedian, but I had told my family I wouldn't come back until I became a famous comedian, but I quit after only a year. So it was hard for me to go back to my family, so I decided to stay in Osaka. But I had to make a living, so I got a job at the dining bar. I had to serve drinks and cook food.でもディッシュじゃなかったっけ? How to cook dishes like pasta or rice. Dishes, how to cook food, how to cook dishes. I worked there for 2 years. In the first year, I struggled to learn how to cook, serve, and talk with customers. Because it was a bar, so many customers wanted to chat with us. I wasn't good at chatting. I was good at chatting because I didn't have much humor. Yeah, and humor, and like I can't guess the atmosphere. Like sometimes you should make fun of them, or just you should be quiet. It depends on the atmosphere of the conversation. So Osaka people, they are really good at reading the atmosphere, feel the atmosphere of conversations. I wasn't that good. Yeah, but I trained a little bit there. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the topic. Let's get back to the correction. I'm not really a funny guy, and the people in Osaka are really talkative and good at conversation. Good at conversation. They are talkative, and Osaka people in Osaka people in Osaka are really talkative and good at conversation. That's probably why foreigners often prefer Osaka to Tokyo. Fuck. To Tokyo. And that's probably why foreigners often prefer Osaka to Tokyo. Osaka is more popular place for that compared to Tokyo. Anyway, I worked at the dining bar. In the first year, I struggled to learn everything, but in the second year, I got used to it. So I became someone who had to teach new staff some tasks. I had to teach my coworkers how to do certain tasks, new workers, new staff members. I became the person who taught new staff how to cook. So that was a time when I taught someone something. That's the time I remember most clearly. I taught someone something. That's the time I remember most clearly. And he was very honest and capable. I learned how to cook very quickly. He learned how to cook very quickly. Actually, he already had a good sense for cooking and talking to customers, and he was very likable. He had a very likable personality. It was easy for me to teach him how to cook. That's the experience I remember now. Okay, let's work my. Thank you so much. Bye bye.